Here, Seniors Day, and I can't think of anybody better to talk about being a senior as fifth-year senior Darrick Strzelecki. And wow, has it hit you yet? I guess is what I want to start with.
I think it did today. We just finished I finished my last ever mandatory workout session, so I think I'm kind of feeling, kind of that old man senioritis,
Yeah.
Just ready to get done and get out of here at this point.
Well, you were saying just a moment ago that physically you got dinged early in the year, and how much of a toll has 5 years of football taken on your body?
It's not done as much as I thought it would.
Really?
I've only, 2 years ago I broke my ankle, and that wasn't as bad as I expected it to be, and then just a couple shoulder ding-ups here, and and some foot things here and there. It's not been as bad as most players experience through their time. When
the NFL players talk about being a running back and getting hit, they talk about it being like a car wreck every time they run the ball. Can you relate to that?
Yeah, that's probably the most accurate statement I've heard.
What does it feel like on Sunday morning?
I don't want to get oftentimes.
Really?
Yeah, I feel terrible because I'm never at church on Sunday morning, and everybody asks me, hey, Darrick, I didn't see you at church this morning. And I'm like, well, yesterday was game day, and I wanted to, tried to get out of bed, but I really couldn't. So,
ouch. Okay, so going into Seniors Day, do you and the other guys that are not going to be back next year talk about that? Do you exchange views on how that feels, or is that something you're going to wait till maybe a couple hours after the game to talk about?
We've talked about it, and I think most of us have been just kind of taking it with a grain of salt, and kind of just joking about it here and there. But I know all the guys very well that aren't coming back, that are going to be graduating this year, and they all love football very much so, and they're all going to miss it. And it might take a year till next fall for us to realize how much we actually miss it, but eventually it'll happen.
You come back for a fifth year, and since we started doing that, it hasn't been all that long. You're a fifth-year guy. Why did you decide to come back for a fifth year?
I love football. I wanted to, exhaust all available eligibility. Yeah, it's hard to say, but so I got redshirted my freshman year, and I was like, well, I've got 4 years left, might as well use it because I can't play football my whole life.
Right.
So do it while I'm young and have fun while I'm doing it.
Darrick, what do you do outside of football? What's your career going to be? What do you do just for entertainment purposes?
Well, I was hired on in July to be the youth director at Good Shepherd United Methodist Church.
Oh, fantastic.
So I'll be starting there in January as youth pastor, and I'm very excited about that. And other than that, I really just sit around and watch Netflix.
Well,
I love superhero TV shows.
Superhero TV shows like what? What are you watching?
I watch Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, Gotham, pretty much all the superhero shows you can watch. And then the Marvel side, I watch Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and all those TV shows. So
okay, well, here's maybe a tie-in. Do you get inspiration from that? You're not the biggest guy in the world when you're running. Do you kind of find some inspiration in that?
Yeah, actually, it's funny that you asked me that. Every Saturday before a game, like if it's a home game or if it's an away game on Friday night in the hotel room, I actually sit down and I watch a superhero movie.
Right.
And Superman happens to be be my favorite superhero.
I was going to ask you who would be the one.
So I always try to watch something with him in it, whether it be a cartoon movie or a live action movie. And I don't know, it's cool to see somebody just overpower other people.
Okay, so let's talk Superman for a moment. You have you watched? How far back have you gone? Because it used to be a TV show way back when. Have you watched those old black and white shows even?
I've not watched the old black and white shows, but I do have the old Superman, like Superman 1 through 4.
Right. Okay.
I've watched those, and they're
Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch, but they're not. The special effects are not where they are now with the new Man of Steel movies and stuff. So
they're not. Okay, so what skills does Superman have that you also possess? The glasses, maybe.
Yeah, I wear glasses. Not really a disguise. It's because I can't see worth a darn. I don't know. I like to think that I'm fast and strong, but I mean, other than that, I don't have like freeze breath or laser vision or X-ray vision. But
again, who does? So, you started your career, I think, as a standout on special teams, and you've now come to the place where you've been the running back for the last few weeks. What kind of progression was that for you?
It was. I think it was a confidence thing on both my part and the coaching staff part. if you can remember back to my first game when I finally got carries, I fumbled twice.
I don't remember that.
And so, it was homecoming game, my redshirt freshman season, and so it was more of a confidence thing than anything for them to just hand me the ball.
Right.
And I had to develop it on my own and everything. So special teams, there's not as many chances to mess up, because there are fewer of those plays on the field a game. And so offensively, as a running back, I'm in for half the snaps at least at this point, and so there's more chances to mess up. And at this point in my career, I think the coaches, they just really trust me with that load and that duty and everything. So
you came to Jewel when we were just starting our transition to Division II, and you've gone through 2 head coaches now, although Sean Weigel was on the staff. What's that been like, the changes, not only in level of competition, but in coaches and through 5 years?
It's been interesting. I enjoyed Coach Cruzy. I enjoyed his time here, and I've also really enjoyed Coach Weigel's time here. And it's been more difficult in my position coach area, because we've had, count back, I think 4 different position coaches now.
Really? Okay.
As running back coaches, and so there's like a lack of stability there. But other than that, I just bought into the system,
right,
whether it was Coach Cruzy's system or Coach Weigel's system, and I really think that's all it takes to be a successful football player in any system you are. You just have to buy into that system.
Going to tell you a story about a Saturday morning. I woke up. We were on the road. I can't remember where it was. We've been lots of places. Come down to the hotel lobby and go outside to carry my gear out. And there's a car with a Jewel sticker on it and number 33 on the back. Turns out to be your parents.
Yeah.
First time I got a chance to meet your parents. They have followed you all over the place. We've had this conversation. What do they mean to you at this point going into your last game?
Man, they both, actually, a couple days ago, they both posted very inspirational, very emotionally charged Facebook statuses regarding kind of my career and everything. And they've both been there every step of the way with my dad, and went to every practice through Pee Wee, through 7th grade, through junior high, and through high school. He went to every practice that he could go to just to watch. And Mom's always been there. She's always been the cowbell lady. She's always had the cowbell lady. She's always the one that does it. She brings them for other people to use during the games and everything. And she'll bring me, a Mountain Dew and a Dr. Pepper to drink after away games on the bus ride home and everything. And I think the love and support that they've offered me, it's been. I see some of the teammates that I have, and their parents aren't at every game.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes that's because of the distance their parents live away.
Sure.
My parents are only 3 hours away from Kansas City, so it's not too bad of a drive. But they make the long trips. They were in South Dakota. They were in Colorado.
I was
going to
say
Indianapolis.
They travel well.
They do, and I don't know. It means the world to me that they would come and support me. And this short 16 years of my life, it's all they can do, just to be there and support me.
Yeah, it's been remarkable to see them at each and every game. Finally, as you enter this last game, the wins, not as many, I'm sure, as you want, and some tough times, but some good times also, I'm sure. But when it's all said and done, what does being part of athletics mean to you?
Oh, I was thinking about this earlier after you asked me to think about it a little bit, and I guess it's been just the opportunity to live out my dream. It's been my dream since I was, just a little kid, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, when I started playing football. I wanted to be a college football player, and I've had to overcome a lot of adversity through that. Being told that I was too small, because I'm not the biggest guy, and came from a small school in Northwest Arkansas that not many people know about and everything. And just to be able to overcome all this adversity and live out my dream, I think, has been probably the biggest takeaway that I've taken, from having a college football career.
Where does that take you the rest of your life? I mean, do you think you'll reflect back on that, your tough times in your business or whatever, or in your youth ministry, passing along that message to other people? Is that where that's going to be valuable to you, do you think?
I think so. Football is a huge part of my story. Football is what got me up here to Liberty, Missouri, and football is how I met some of the people that outside of campus that have been huge influences in my life and have kind of set me up with the job that I got and everything. And so when I think back on it, football's been, people think it's just crazy because it's just a game, and they're so wrong. Like, football is so much more than just a game, and it's too important to me to not let it be a part of my story and a part of me, and at least for the rest of my life.
Has it changed you as a person?
I think so. Like I said, it's influenced almost every decision I've ever made, and I wouldn't be where I am today, as going in to be a youth pastor or trying to be that reliable friend to people. I think football's taught me those lessons because, in a game, even you'll face adversity. You'll be down 2 touchdowns at halftime, and you'll have to come back from that and try to get the victory. And I think it's the same in life. Football teaches you all the life lessons, and so, in life I might be down 2 touchdowns, but I'm going to have to overcome that. And
yeah, great thought.
And come back and get that victory.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Whether you had never scored a touchdown or gained a yard, you have made a great big difference on this campus, and you'll be sorely missed. So we wish you the best, and especially today as you go out, final game.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me and talking about this with me.
Thank you, Darrick. And we'll be back with more on the HyVee Halftime Report after this.